Hey everyone, what's up? Well, today's not a good day. I left New Hampshire 2 days ago. Went down to Mohegan Sun Casino. Spent a couple days at there. Did a little bit of gambling. Basically broke even. So I was continuing south, and I was just leaving a service area on the Jersey Turnpike, and my transmission let go. Currently waiting on the side of the New Jersey Turnpike, waiting for roadside assistance to show up. I'm going to tow me over to a transmission shop over in Philly. They said I could park in their, live in their driveway and while they work on my van. So while I was planning on a transmission down the road, this is a little closer down the road than I was figuring on. So it looks like van's getting a brand new transmission put in. Well, rebuilt, brand new. So a little unexpected, but I was planning on it down the road. I'll get back to you guys later when I got more information. Bye. Hey everyone, little update to my transmission debacle. As you can see, I'm driving down the road. I spent about 2.5 hours on the side of the Jersey Turnpike waiting for a tow truck to show up. They showed up, hooked me up, and because of the way they tow off the Jersey Turnpike, before they could tow me anywhere else, they had to tow me to their yard. Got to their yard. Guy says, go inside, take care of the paperwork, find out if I can take you to the transmission shop. I get in there. First she tells me that the charge to get towed off the Jersey Turnpike was $225. I was like, they didn't even tow me 10 miles. And they wanted $225. That was outrageous. But at that point, I was kind of on the hook, as it were. I says, great. I said, so how much more do you guys want to tow me to transmission shop 14 miles away? She comes back and tells me an additional $375 to go 14 miles. They wanted $600 to tow me a total of less than 25 miles. Well, I immediately picked up my phone, went outside, started making calls to different tow companies. I was just going to suck up the $225, have my van and my trailer dropped there, and have another tow company pick me up. So I got a hold of a tow company, or actually I called the transmission shop and asked them. They said, oh shit, that's way too much. Let me get a hold of my guy. He said, should be about $100-150 to get you from there to here, which was better than the $375 she had quoted me. So I went back in waiting for the guy's call, and I'm assuming one of the owners of the tow company, very beautiful lady, came over and says, look, I'm going to try to work with you here. I changed the rate for this. You were only 4 pounds over on the class, so I dropped you down one class, which changed the rate for this, and I'm not going to charge you for towing the trailer, and one thing after another. And she said, so instead of the total of $600 to get you over to the transmission shop, how's $276? I was like, well, that's one hell of a price drop. But I wasn't going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I took it, even with the $150 that the second company was going to charge. The whole deal was still cheaper staying with the company I was with. So I paid the $276, $267, whatever, and took me over to the transmission shop. I got there. Now I know a lot of people might frown, but I had to go someplace where I knew my transmission would have a national warranty. I'm going to be traveling. I don't know where I'm going to be if and when the transmission lets go again. I wanted a warranty that was going to be good, whether I was on the East Coast, the West Coast, down south, in the Midwest. I didn't care. So I went to AMCO. I found an AMCO that had really good reviews. Seemed like it was a family-owned business. The people seemed really friendly. They came out, they took a quick look at the van, said, yeah, it's toast. You definitely need a transmission rebuild. And they were willing to let me park. They were willing to let me stay in the van while they worked on it. They said, yeah, we'll have you sit in the waiting room for a few hours, we'll pull it in, we'll yank the transmission, push the van back out, you can stay in it. And then when it's done, when the transmission's all put back together, we'll pull it back in, you sit in the lobby for a while, and we'll get you back on the road. I said, great, how long is this going to take? They said, the whole process is usually 3 days. Okay, 3 days, not too bad, I guess. I mean, it could be worse. Whatever. The guy says, but we're going to try to do it in 2 days because of your situation. I said, well, that'd be great if you could. So that night I spent in the parking lot. It was actually pretty nice. There was a little sub shop next door. The parking lot was brightly lit at about 12:30. All the lights in the parking lot went out. Perfect. Nice and dark. Woke up the next morning, 8 o'clock. Well, I woke up at about 6:30. 8 o'clock, they opened up. I walked through the door. Guy said, van all set, ready to go? I said, yep. He walked out back. They got some people together. They pushed the van. Oh, excuse me. They pushed the van into the shop and started working. I was expecting to sit there for a couple hours, and then have my van that I could go back into, watch TV, do some stuff on the computer, whatever. But that never happened. I sat there all day long without a clue as to what was going on. Van went into the shop at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then it's coming close to they're close. It's like an hour and a half to almost about an hour and a half from their closing time. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hasn't been all too bad. The lounge has got a TV. They allowed me to plug my computer in, hook into their Wi-Fi, did some stuff, watched some shows, movies. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I watch my van drive by going out for a test drive. They yanked, rebuilt, and put my transmission back in less than 8 hours. They flushed my transmission cooler 4 times to get all the crud out of it. The guy that rebuilt the transmission said he had to stop and laugh and show everyone in the shop what my magnet looked like inside my transmission. He said he can't remember the last time he saw a magnet that looked like a chia pet. Every aspect of my transmission was grenaded. All the bands were toast. All the friction plates were toast. The bands, the steels, the sun gear, the mechanical diode. They had to replace all of the drums. The whole thing was just grenaded big time. So that 1 day service on my transmission cost me just over $2,700. But they got me back on the road the next day. I got on, I paid for it, hopped in the van, hooked up my trailer, sat there for another hour or two, made something to eat, did a little bit of housekeeping. Last night I put over 300 miles on the transmission. Runs stellar. Pulls great. It is so nice having a transmission that runs this good. My engine runs good. Knock on wood. So I'm back on the road. Got a rebuilt transmission. I got a warranty under my belt for it. That's one less thing I got to worry about on this van. Basically, there are 2 other major components: my engine and my rear axle. Engine runs stellar. I have not seen any problems with that. I got a slight issue on the differential. Nothing to worry about at the moment. I'll buy a few parts here and there when I can find them cheap. And then I'll rip my rear end apart and I'll rebuild it wherever I happen to be. So there's the update, back on the road. I do want to say that transmission shop was absolutely stellar. To get me in and get me out in 8 hours on a process that generally takes, and I know this for a fact, most transmission shops 3 days, is absolutely incredible. I appreciate the fact that the towing company came down on their price. They worked with me. The tow truck driver was absolutely fabulous. Awesome guy. I'm trying to remember to put all the information for what transmission shop I went to and what towing company I had. Because bottom line is, even though they gave me a price of $600 to begin with, they did come down on their price. Although it took me having to actually get another tow company on the line when they realized they were going to lose business. Overall, it was awesome. So there you have it. I'm back on the road, heading south. I'll get back to you later on. This video is going to be, looks like about 15 minutes long or so. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just putting it up the way it is. I also want to give a quick thanks to all the new subscribers I got. All the Yon squad that came over and watching my videos. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Everyone should subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.